record. This guy. Points and promotions. What is the goal? The goal is to put you in control of your income, right? Up until this point, you've probably seen the cash flow quadrant ad nauseum. You're like, okay, one more person shows me the cash flow quadrant. Guess what? You're going to see it over and over and over and over and over and over again. And I would encourage you to really study it and understand it, so that way it's not just something you're hearing, but something that you can actually communicate and feel and understand, because this can really turn on some lights for people. So what do we mean by you being in control of your income? Well, most individuals, over 90% of our country is here in this employee quadrant, right? So what does that mean? They're working for somebody else. They do not have control over their income. Their income is dictated to them. They're told how much their time is worth. They're told how many hours a week they get the ability to work. They're told how often they're going to get paid, all of those things. So they have very little control over the amount of income. And every once in a while, a job may say, hey, if you give us some more of your time, quote unquote, overtime, we'll pay you a little bit more, right? And so, but again, the job dictates that. The person doesn't really have that much control of it. So what are we talking about? You being in control of your income. We're going to reposition you to two different quadrants. The first one is what we call the self-employed quadrant, right? Yeah, you own the job. So you're going to learn the skill. You're going to learn how to help people. You're going to learn how to go out there and generate the income that you feel you're worthy of. Now, again, like the employee, you're still going to be limited by the time restriction, right? Depending upon how many hours you feel like working. So then now, if you don't work, you don't get paid. There are some aspects of our business where you can generate some passive residual income called trail income. But you know, a large part of your income is just going to be generated from you, right? But then we're also going to give you the opportunity to build a business owner quadrant, right? So as a business owner, okay, right, you're going to have a team, you're going to have an organization. So with you being in control of your income, you're going to have the opportunity to have one of the two, right? And you get to choose. I'm not going to tell you which one you want to be in. You get to choose. Do you want to just do this on your own? You don't want to have the responsibility of training and developing and building people, or do you want to take on that challenge and start to build something that can pay you whether you're there or not? Right. So that's the first thing that you have to understand about WFG is you are in control of your income. Here's the scary part about that for most people is most people are looking to get the most from the least. What's the least amount of work for the most amount of money? And that's just not a recipe for success. Success doesn't reward people who do the least. Success rewards the people who do the most. And so when you come into our business, and the reason some people will have like, oh, it doesn't work or it's a scam, because they still have that mentality of, let me do the bare minimum, which is what a lot of us do at our job, right? A lot of us do at our job. We do the bare minimum, right? Expecting to get the most, and it just does not work that way when you're self-employed, you're a business owner. And that's not WFG, that's any business. Okay. How and when do we get paid? So how do we get paid? So the first thing you're going to hear a lot about is something called points. What are points? Points are the commissionable amount paid by an insurance or an investment company to WFG. Okay. So every time we do an application, now we don't get recruited for bringing people into business. A lot of people you'll run into, they'll think that like, oh, you're getting paid to bring me into business. No, we don't. We don't get a single dollar for people coming into our business. All right. We're just like everybody else in the world. When we help somebody, when a service is provided, that's when we get compensated. So when we put an investment or an insurance policy in place, the company will compensate us and they pay out something called points. Okay. Now the points generate commissions, which generates your personal and override income. All right. So the amount of points that you're writing is going to generate the income that you generate on a personal level or override. Your contract level multiplied by the points will generate the commissions paid to you. Okay. So again, this is going to be if you're not understanding, this isn't going to be like a huge dream selling type of class, I really want people to understand how does this thing work, right? They're going to get inspired. They're going to get like with all of the resources between Dan, between Nikki, between Christopher, between us. Like they're going to get a lot in regards to inspiration and motivation. I want to give them some of the how-tos tied in with some inspiration. So again, some of this is going to be a little bit lower law. So again, how do you dictate your income? Your contract level times multiplied by the points will generate the commissions that will be paid to you. Another stream of income that we have is bonuses. We have a base shop bonus. We have the base shop bonus pool. We have the super base bonus pool. We have the super team bonus pool. You have the advisory bonus pool. You have the quarterly bonus pool. Like we got, and I heard through the grapevine, there's another bonus pool that's getting ready to come. And so when you start looking at the incomes that people are generating in this company, it's no wonder because the company is constantly figuring out ways to be able to put more money back into the field force. Because they know if one of the primary ways, aside from recognition, that people feel appreciated is through compensation, right? And then remember, the compensation, our commissions are paid every Tuesday and every Friday. So this isn't your typical this isn't your typical 9 to 5, right? You don't have to work 2 weeks and then wait for your paycheck. We have a cycle that runs on Tuesday. We have a cycle that runs on Friday. Every day that those cycles run, right? Then you're gonna get compensated. Now, understand this: if you're not helping people, if you're not putting business in the pipeline, you don't have anything that's gonna come out. So you don't have anything that's gonna come on a Tuesday and a Friday. So here's one of the expectations I really want you to embrace right now. Every time a Tuesday or a Friday cycle hits, you get paid. I don't care if it's, well, the minimum is $25. So if you get paid like 15, WFG will hold on to it until it equals to 25 and then they'll pay it out. So $25 or more every single cycle is coming to you. Every single cycle. Have the expectation. Too many of us on the team right now, and this is kind of outside the class, we don't even know when the cycles run. You don't get up on a Tuesday morning looking at the commission cycle like wondering, hey, did the website update yet? You're not even looking at that. All right. You have to expect to get paid. And here's how you expect to get paid. You get out there and you help families. All right. For those of you guys that want to make this a full-time opportunity, a full-time shift for you. Hey, every Tuesday and every Friday, you have to be expecting to get a cycle. All right. So that's how and when we get paid. What are the contract levels? So you start off at training associate, right? So we start off at training agent. That's a 25% contract. Then your next promotion, we're going to go through the promotions in a second, is 35%. Senior agent, that's 45%. That's a 45% contract level. Marketing director, that's 50% contract level. And then our top contract level is senior marketing director at 65%. 65% is the top contract with the company, but that doesn't mean that's where the promotions stop. Because then you go to executive marketing director. That puts you, so once you get to senior marketing director, that qualifies you for the bonus pools. Okay. So as senior marketing director, you have access to that super base bonus pool. At executive marketing, I'm sorry, not super base, base shop bonus pool. At the executive marketing director level, that's when you get access to the super base bonus pool. At the CEO, that's when you start getting the super team bonus pool. All right, executive vice chairman, this is when you start getting a piece of the entire company, so forth and so on. So every level within our company is a new door to a different level of compensation within the organization. All right. So here's what you need to be getting clear on is, where do I see myself? Do I see myself just being a part of the crowd? And there's nothing wrong with that. Not everybody sees themselves leading a big organization, inspiring and equipping people. Not everybody sees that. Not everybody feels like they're equipped to do that. Here's what I will say is, it's a skill that you can learn. It is a skill that you can learn. But again, if that's not you, I don't want you to feel like, well, I'm not really that. It doesn't matter. Because no matter where you're at or what your dreams are, this organization can help you get there. Okay. Or if you see yourself separating yourself from the crowd and you see yourself up here in some of the leadership positions, whether it be senior marketing director, executive marketing director, CEO, EVC, all of that stuff is accessible to you. And then as you continue to move up, more opportunities, associations, all of those things are available to you. All right. So let's talk about what does it take to get promoted. Let's talk about what it takes to get promoted. So from training agent to agent, and here's what I'm going through, because the company has what they call guidelines. Okay. And so the guidelines, let me go back. The guidelines are like, okay, here's the minimum of what it takes to be able to qualify for this promotion. All right. Now, as a senior marketing director, when you have your organization, you can go by those guidelines or you can push the bar a little bit higher. Right. The company gives you that level of control because everything between agent and marketing director are senior marketing director approved promotions. So in other words, Yvonne and I can, we can approve it. Like if I wanted to, I could say, you know what, everybody's a marketing director. I could make everybody a marketing director right now. I wouldn't do that because that doesn't benefit all of you. And so some of you guys are like, yes, it would. No, trust me, it wouldn't. It would benefit all of you to put you all to marketing director. But that's another train. So the agent promotion says 3-3-30, right? So you help 3 families get 3 new business partners in 30 days. You qualify for the agent promotion. So like in the office I'm sitting in right now, we got a wall where we have a plaque for. Well, actually, I'm not at the office. You guys see him at the beach house. I'm at the beach. I forgot to recognize the beach house. Love the virtual backgrounds. But yeah, so in our office, we have a wall that for every teammate who gets promoted, we got a plaque. We got a plaque for you to, we want to be able to recognize you. We put a plaque up on the wall for you. And so, so all the people who did the 3-3-30, the Yvonne Parkers, the Stephanies, the Sandras, the Martin Chacones, the Cassandras, right? Philip Cosby, right? All of these individuals have promoted to the agent promotion. Here's the other thing at the agent level is the business essentially what we feel goes from your head to your heart. And you're in a position where you're getting ready to become independent.
Yeah, if you're only sitting regular, you
okay, you're in a position where you're getting ready to be independent. Because my thing is, as you're promoting, right? As you're promoting, let me go back again. Your ability to conduct business should be increasing. So you don't need us as much anymore. So as an agent, so I'll take a look at like an Yvonne Parker or Cassandra, right? I still help out with their appointments, but they're to the point where they're doing the appointments themselves. All right. So as an agent, I don't want you're not constantly dependent. You're growing. You're in that developing stage, right? So 3 business partners, 3 families help in 30 days, and in the position and growing into the point where you're running appointments and doing things by yourself. Martin, he's starting to do some things on his own. He'll call me like, hey, Mike, I talked with somebody and I got a couple of illustrations I want you to go over with me. That's the position of the agent, right? Where they pretty much got, they're getting to that point where they're independent, right? The next promotion is senior agent promotion. So you have people, so there, the company says 4 life license agents, right? 30,000 points in a 3-month period. Okay, so in a rolling 3 months, so like we're in January, so January, February, March, you do 30,000 points, you and your base. So what is the base? That's you and everybody below you. All right, you and everybody below you. If you and your team collectively do 30,000 points, you have 4 life license agents, you get promoted to a senior agent. All right, now, again, remember I told you, WFG says, well, you have the ability, as a senior marketing director, you have the ability to set the bar where you want to. So here's what I know and here's what I recognize. There's some people that will come into our business and they don't want to build. So they're like, Mike, do I really have to have 4 life license agents? Let's have a conversation and we can figure something out. Okay. So, but if you're in this thing to build an organization, if you're in this thing to build a team, I wouldn't push you to skip that. I really wouldn't. All right. Because now you're in a position where you're chasing promotions and you're not in the business of building an organization. Okay. So you want to make sure that you're very clear on what it is that you're going after. So that's senior agent promotion. So now if we go to from senior agent to marketing director, right? You have to have 5 life license agents, 40,000 points in your senior agent base in a 30-day period. So again, so if you're a senior agent within the organization, and then everybody you and below you do 40,000 points in a 30-day period. I mean, not 30 days. That's not supposed to say 30 days. It's supposed to say 3 months. Did the other one say 30 days? The other one say 3 months. Typo on Mike. Let me make sure I correct that. Not 30 days, 40,000 points in a 3-month period, right? You're gonna get you'll be promoted to marketing director, and that's the 50% contract level within the company. Okay, so 50% contract level in the company. That's how you get qualified there. Now, again, like I said, those are all what we call base shop promotions. So you do it. You come to me. You come to Yvonne and say, hey, we hit our promotion. Us and our organization, we're moving to the next level, right? We look at the numbers, you hit it, boom, we promote you right to that level. Okay. So again, you're in control. This can get done in a month. It can get done in a week. It can get done in the longest it can be is 3 months because everything is a 3-month rolling period, with the exception of agent, that's 30 days. But all of this stuff can get done in a relatively short amount of time. Now, for the people who say, I want to be a leader, I'm not just trying to do this on my own. I want to have an organization and I want to get to the leadership levels within the company. Senior marketing director. Here's what the company says it takes to qualify for senior marketing director. Number 1, you have to have 10 life license agents. Number 2, you have to have 70. Dang, that one says 30 days too. I was rushing, didn't catch that. 75,000 points in your marketing director base in 3 months, not 30 days, in 3 months. Okay. 75,000 points in your base shop in 3 months. You have to have a $35,000 12-month cash flow. Okay. So for a rolling 12 months, your cash flow has to be above 35,000. There is an exception for like a 6-month promotion or 6-month cash flow. And then you have to have 1 marketing director or 2 senior associates in your base. So within your marketing director organization, you have to have at least 1 marketing director or 2 senior agents in your organization, and you have to give up 1 exchange leg. Another class we'll go through is something called exchange principle, and we'll talk about that a little bit more in depth. But that's what it takes to qualify per the company for senior marketing director. So now here's what happens. You hit those qualifications. We submit that to WFG. WFG reviews it. The executive marketing director and the CEO, so Nikki and Christopher, will also review it. And then from there, the promotion will be granted. Okay, so that isn't just, well, Mike, I've done a whole lot. Hey, not necessarily on me. All right, leadership is looking at it at this point. Okay, but again, it's not hard. Here's when it's hard. When you do it by yourself. That's when it's hard. When you do it by yourself, it becomes a little bit daunting. But like one of my favorite authors in the world said, John Maxwell, 1 is too small of a number to do anything significant. If you want to do something of significance, build a team, build an organization, and together you guys go on the journey to be able to get there. Okay. So that's what it takes to get to a senior marketing director. Well, let's say like Mike, I didn't come here to just be a senior marketing director. I didn't come here to just get by. I didn't come here to play small. All right, I'm not an average person. What's the top people? What does it take to get to the top of this thing? I got you. See, we're on the same level. All right. It's executive marketing director promotion. This is when you start participating in the base shops. I mean, not the base shop, the bonus pools. All right. So senior marketing director, you get the base shop bonus pool. Executive marketing director, you start getting the super base bonus pool. Because why? Super base is when you have senior marketing directors direct to you. All right. So you're not the only senior marketing director. You've promoted senior marketing directors. That's one of the goals for us as an organization this year, is to start promoting senior marketing directors. Who on this team, who in this organization wants to be a senior marketing director? Who has it in them to inspire and pour belief and encourage people to take it to the next level? So as an exec, to get to executive marketing directors, here's what it takes. Number one, you got to have 3 senior marketing directors. That's the beautiful thing about this business. It's not just about you, right? You want to get to the top, you got to take people with you. You have to take people with you. It's not you, the king of the mountain, and you're like, hey, I sit at the top of this thing and it's all me and everything is me. Like, no, how competent and confident are you at training and developing and building others? So you promote 3 senior marketing directors within your organization. And then from a point standpoint, so what is super base again? So super base is you plus all of your senior marketing directors. That becomes a super base. Okay, so you have you. As I'm going through this, I know I think I'm gonna add some visuals so you're able to really see it as opposed to me just talking about it. You're gonna so your base and your super base, right? In 6 months has to do 500,000 points, or again, or in a year you have to do 750. Okay, so again, 6 months is 500,000. In 1 year is 750. All right, that's what it takes to get promoted to executive marketing director. To get to promoted to the executive marketing director level. Okay. Now, again, I'm not trying to stop, Mike. I'm trying to make things happen. Got you. CEO. All right. Some people are like, I've always dreamed about being a CEO. I always wanted to be a CEO. I want to be able to. I'm a CEO. You can be a CEO in WFG. You can be a chief executive officer within WFG. All right. Here's what it takes to get there. Because here's what I encourage you. For some of you guys that have a job, that still have a job, go to your job tomorrow. Find your supervisor and ask him this question. What does it take to be the CEO of this company? And just wait. See the response. What's the response? I want to be the CEO of this company. What do I have to do to become a CEO? Hopefully you still have a job. I'm praying you'll still have a job afterwards, right? But nonetheless, to be a CEO in WFG, here's what you have to do. Got to take some more people with you. You got to have 6 senior marketing directors. Now, is this 6 more in addition to the 3 you already did? No, this is the first 3 that you had plus an additional 3. So a total of 6 senior marketing directors in your organization and 1 million super base points in 6 months, or 1.5 million super base points in a year. That's what it takes. All right. That's what it takes to get promoted to senior market, to get promoted to CEO. So like right now, Nikki Cannon, right, who's our executive marketing director. A lot of you guys have heard her speak. Directly trained Yvonne and I. Matter of fact, we're supposed to go to the snow with her on Tuesday. Hopefully, it's not. Got to figure out how to get some chains on the Prius. I don't know how Prius is doing snow. We're gonna figure it out though. But taking the kids snowboarding. But this is her next promotion, and so our organization, Excellence Organization, is part of her super base. So when we're talking about that million points here in 6 months, or that 1.5 million in 1 year, we contribute to that, right? We contribute to the Torrance or the CBD hierarchy getting to the CEO level. We contribute to that, and here's what I'm promising her is that we're going to spearhead that. We're going to lead the charge on that. Okay. So for a lot of you guys, you even though this is going to be part of the points of promotions class, you guys have never heard this conversation. You've never seen these numbers before, all right? And that's my fault. That's my fault. That's Yvonne's fault, that we're not selling this thing big enough. That you're not seeing the greatness that is the company, and how the collective efforts of everyone help people get to the next level. Right? So even if it's not about you, be a part of something great. Be a part of there's only been one other African-American female CEO in WFG. Right? And I know some of you guys, well, I've seen Fombo's wife, no, Fombo is Daniel Fombo is the lead person, but as far as the coded agent that has a CEO designation, there's only been one other female, and she's actually no longer in the business. And so as an organization, as Excellence, we have the ability to help contribute to breaking barriers in society, right? So again, this is what it takes to get promoted to that level. 1 million super base, 1.5 million in the over a year. Okay. Executive vice chairman, 9 senior marketing directors, 1.5 million in 6 months, or 2.25 in 1 year. That's what it takes to promote to senior executive, to executive vice chairman. All right, that's what it takes to promote there. So here's the thing that you need to, again, be dialing in on. And you guys have seen the the numbers or the average incomes of people in all of these different positions. So you need to be identifying, okay, where am I going to go? Where am I going to go? What's the level I'm going to take? I'm going to take my organization to, because guess what? You have all the control. I don't have control. WFG doesn't have control, right? Nikki, Christopher, Dan, they don't have control. You do. So everything comes back to what we said at the beginning. The beauty of this organization, the beauty of WFG is we take that ability to generate income, or that ability to design your life, right? And we put it in your hands. We put it in your hands. It's not dictated. You sit down and you have a real conversation with you, and you look at yourself in the mirror. How great was I designed to be? And then you can build something in this business that can fund that greatness. I love what I just saw, Michelle. I saw what you just put in there. I appreciate that. Yeah, you chase the building of the business. Don't chase the titles. I remember Ed Milet said a while back, he said when he got promoted to, at the time, it was equivalent to like the CEO promotion. Like the company had to call him and was like, hey, you just qualified for CEO. And he was like, oh, cool, thanks, bye, click. It wasn't like something he was shooting for. It wasn't something that he was like, that was the goal to be able to get there. He built an organization and it got him to that level. It got the organization to that level. Same thing happened with Jay and Ronnie. They got a call this week. WFG called Dan and said, hey, Jay and Ronnie just qualified for executive marketing director. They called Jay and Ronnie like, hey, you guys just qualified for executive marketing director. And they're like, really, man, we didn't even know we were close to it. And Dan said it in the training the other day, because when you're focused on building an organization, all of that stuff comes. All of that stuff comes. You don't have to set your eyes on, well, okay, I'm running for marketing director. You don't have to set your eyes on that. Set your eyes on building. Set your eyes on inviting people. Set your eyes on getting in front of people. Set your sights on going out there and making a difference, making an impact. And if you make a big enough impact and you find other people that want to make an impact with you, then everything else comes to you. But when you start focusing on, okay, I gotta get, okay, how many points do I have? How many this do I have? How many that do I have? You're gonna miss it because your focus is on the wrong thing. All right. And then here's our promise. Here's our promise as leadership of this organization, is we will do everything humanly possible to make sure that the system is set up so that way we can execute at a high level. We want to execute at the highest level. So that way, when your new business partner comes into the business, only thing that they see is like, man, this place is on point. They got everything. They got resources available for me. They got all of these questions are getting answered for me. I'm getting the inspiration. I'm getting the motivation. Right? They got places to be able to help me sharpen my saw. Like everything is where it needs to be. Now, am I saying we're not going to drop balls? No, balls are going to get dropped. But as a team, as an organization, not many. We're going to execute up here. We're going to execute at a super high level. Right? So here's what I want to encourage everybody. You have to be a student of your business. That was my takeaway from Monty yesterday. We listened to Monty Home yesterday, and he said he used to have pop quizzes. He at the time they were meeting face to face. Obviously, the brick and mortar days. We're past those now. But he would take a marker and he would throw it, and then whoever catch it, he'd say, "Okay, give me the 6 steps of the business." And if you couldn't give him, it's like, well, what are you doing? What are you doing? How are you in this business? How are you saying you want to be to the heights of this organization, but you don't know about it? You don't understand it. You're not prepared, right? You're not prepared. You don't know what it takes. You don't know where your organization has to get to in order for you to reach the levels that you want to be able to reach. And so here's the thing I'm going to encourage everybody who goes to this class, or the person who's teaching this class, what they're going to encourage everybody to do is be a student of the business. This compensation and advancement guidelines, this is in the ownership development folder, right? So all of you guys should have already sent me or sent an email to Paul's coordinator with your preferred Gmail, right? With your preferred Gmail, right? And you should have access to, and Philip, I did get your text this morning. I'll make sure you get that. You will have access to the ownership development materials. So there's going to be the BFS. You're going to have the compensation and advancement guidelines, right? All of that stuff is going to be available to you. So you can't say, well, where do I go to get that? It's right there in the folder. And at any given time, and I'm going to put this challenge out, and I'm going to start doing this because Monty Home did it, and he's a quadrillionaire, right? I want to push you to be able to know, okay, how does it? Let me close this up. How do I get to the next levels? How do I grow in my business? You should, if your intention in this business is to be at the top, you should know how to get there. You wouldn't go on a trip to the Grand Canyon without first mapping out the directions. You wouldn't just hop in your car and start driving and be like, hey, I'm going to the Grand Canyon. Hope I get there. I'm just going to follow the sun. Hopefully it leads me to the Grand Canyon. Like, no, you're going to get very detailed directions that take you from where you're at to where it is that you want to be. And so here's what I would encourage everybody. All of this stuff is accessible to you. Everything that I went through, if you took notes on it, great. But all of this stuff is right here in the compensation and advancement guidelines that is located in the ownership development folder on the drive. If you don't have access to the drive, send the email to Paul's coordinator. If somebody can type that into the chat for me, Paul's coordinator @gmail.com. We need to get an email from you so that way you can get access to the resources that you need. And remember, it has to be a Gmail account. So that way you can get access to all of that. Thank you so much, Stephanie.